Hey YouTube, I'm gonna do an update real quick on Infernities. Infernities are the next big thing. Supposedly they're hyped up a bit, I think, but a lot of people are worried about them. They do have extremely good OTK potential. Uh, can drop multiple synchros in one turn. I mean, that's about it. But they do that and they OTK really easily. So I just felt like I should do a video on some ways to stop them. They're actually really easy to stop. Tons of cards can just wreck their game plan completely. Most first and foremost is of course DD Crow. DD Crow is almost impossible for them to stop unless they have Infernities barrier, but if it's really taking them that long to set up where they have a set Infernities barrier and a face-up Infernities, then there's something wrong. DD Crow just strip whatever they're trying to target to get back, and it just leaves them dead. Strip their Archfiend, they're kind of stuck. But that's the best card to side in. I'd probably side 3 of these things just because this card is really amazing. It's also good against X-Sabers this format. Good against Blackwings with Blizzard. Good against Vayu. Good against Glads even if they try to bring back War Chariot and Darius. DD Crow is just a good card this format. Banisher the Radiance. This card I actually think should see a lot more play than it does. Gets over Emmer's Blade, removes it from play, prevents all Infernities from going to the grave. Has kind of a low attack point, but that really isn't a problem if you can protect it. Like first turn some of this, set some back rows, you're good. This card can be sided in a lot. It really can be. You can side this in Cat, you can side this in Sabers even. Even if your own deck is hurt by this, you can still side it in. Just because you're just going to wait till your opponent clears it off the field, then you'll start doing your regular stuff. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer strips cards from their graveyard, prevents them from having active cards down there that they can use. Kaiku, he's not as good as he used to be. I think he's still decent. Karma Cut. This card doesn't see much play, but against Infernities, it can completely wreck their game plan. You strip their entire graveyard and their field of, say, an Archfiend, and they're just wrecked. There's nothing they can do to come back from that. The discard is kind of a hefty cost, but if you're completely wrecking their game plan for a discard, I think it's worth it. Of course, the most probably talked about, Consecrated Light. Consecrated Light is, well, it doesn't show up well in there at all, but Consecrated Light is broken against dark decks, prevents them from doing anything. They have to waste removal on it, and it's kind of tough to waste removal on the 0/0. They just really can't get over it. Infernities are just stuck against this card. The only time I could think they'd get over this is where if they Starlight Roaded and got out Stardust to run this over. Otherwise, they really don't have anything that can clear this out unless they main deck Book of Moon. The Transmigration Prophecy, you send back whatever they're trying to bring back to the deck, rids them of usable plays. It's just a good card against Infernities. It's not really great against anything else. I mean, its uses are extremely limited, and I think it should be at 3, but it's not. I'm pretty sure there's a thing on Pojo, a group of people who want this to be put back to 3, but I think it should be. It would make fun for Volcanic Shell. But Transmigration Prophecy. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Of course, a lot of people have talked about this as well. Kind of obvious. Stops all dark monsters. You can side this in a lot, except maybe Blackwings. Any deck that relies on dark monsters kind of gets hurt by this. It's a good card. I remember back in the Dead format, everybody would main deck this just because Dead. Not as good as it used to be, but it's still alright. And then Trap Stun. Trap Stun and Dust Tornado. There's Dust Tornado around here somewhere, I'm too lazy to get it. But Trap Stun and Dust Tornado really do hurt Infernities. They run like 15 traps, and Infernity Inferno is what makes their deck locked and loaded. You stop that from going off. You say you play this, drop Hyunlei against Infernities, and you auto win. There's just nothing they can do to recover from that. Trap Stun, it's great against Glads, it's great against any deck that means Oppression that you need to stop that from, any deck that runs a hefty amount of traps. A lot of traps are being played this format in Trap Stun. Personally, the deck I like it most in is in X-Sabers, just because it has such synergy with Hyunwei. Um, this is actually one of my favorite tech choices in the format so far. Then, of course, Soul Release. This card's kind of slow. It won't stop the OTK from wrecking you. It will just, if they open up with like Greffer, you can just remove it. I wouldn't suggest adding this in, but it is a possibility if you're looking for other options. I think Infernities are definitely overhyped. They're not that great. They're easy to stop. They can suffer from dead hands. But they might be good. I mean, I don't know. I haven't tested the deck extensively, just a little bit, and it seems to be kind of inconsistent. It's alright when it does go off, but if the OTK gets stopped, they're just stuck. I mean, a lot of people say Infernity Barrier mitigates that, but it really doesn't. It's not like you're gonna draw Barrier every single turn. Actually, Sarash Siberian's build on here. He's a great player, great deck builder. His deck of Infernities seems like the best that I've seen, just because it doesn't rely completely on the OTK. It can set up an infrastructure so that even if the OTK doesn't go off, it can still win. And that's what I like about his build. Um, I don't even remember what his channel name is, but Sirash Siberian, he's a good player. You should definitely check him out. Uh, so, that's my tech update on how to stop Infernities. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe. Or, don't. I don't really care either way.